Okay, this is Robert Pletic, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. This is going to be a quick video tutorial on how to set up for sumo deadlifts. So the first thing people usually try to figure out is their stance width. So generally what you want to aim for is when we have our feet out wide, they're going to be wider than our shoulders, and whenever I go down to grab the bar, I want to have it to where my knees are about directly above my heels, or my feet might be slightly wider. If somebody's very strong hips, their heels can be a little outside of their knees. If you're more thigh dominant and weaker in your hips, your heels are going to probably want to be directly underneath your knees. So once we have that position, that width, so again, how you tell is you'd sit down, grab the bar, kind of check and see where you are. So once we have that width set up, the next thing you're going to look at is your foot angle. So it's actually appropriate to have your feet flared out. And what that allows you to do is get a nice tightness in your hips. So once you have your feet at this angled outward, the first thing you want to do to set up is you want to be nice and close to the bar. So what this promotes is when we set up in our hips and we sit down to grab the bar, we won't come with our knees forward because you'll feel yourself hit against the bar. So you want to be nice and close to the bar. Our first thing is going to be pushing our big toe into the floor. So you're going to press the big toe into the floor. You'll then turn the feet outward a little bit. And what you should feel is that your glutes and your hips kind of flex and get tight. So that ensures that our glutes and hamstrings are going to be active and they'll be involved in the lift. So from that position, big toe down, twist out, we then want to take our hips and push backwards like we're sitting into a chair. What that does is it pre-stretches our hamstrings and glutes and gives us our power in the back side of our body. So as I do that, I want to push my knees slightly outward so that way they don't cave in, and again, we keep the glutes active. So if I do big toe down, twist out, sit back into my hips, I can feel my glutes and hamstrings and everything nice and tight. Then what I want to do is place my hands onto the bar. Now, the hand placement is going to generally be directly down from your shoulders. That gives you the longest length of arms and will give you a shorter range of motion. So once we have that position, my next goal will be to try to pinch my armpits. So I want to take my shoulders and pull them back towards my hips. And then we're going to try to posture up and lift my chest. This is going to help me brace my upper and mid back. So once I have that, I pinch, posture up. Then I'll go ahead and I'll split the floor and drive my legs to lift the bar. So one of the main mistakes you'll see people make is leaving their upper back rounded, which then leads to their mid back rounding, and they can get an injury. So again, once you set up, big toe down, twist the floor, sit back into the hips. You want to grab the bar, we want to pinch your armpits, chest up, and then drive through the floor to lift the weight. Okay, so that's a setup for sumo deadlift. Thank you.